You know what? This might be a time to play some of these voicemails. Shout out to everybody who watches the Knick of Time show, who calls in to the Knick of Time show, who supports the Knick of Time show. These guys have kind of had the same sentiment I have, but they want to talk about the coach as well. Let's see. Well, they don't have the same sentiment exactly, but I will say this. They hear the chatter because the fans, they're not feeling Fizz right now. And a lot of them have him on the hot seat early in preseason. But let me just say it's preseason, guys. It's preseason. Fire Fizz chance this early, a little bit premature.
Yes, it's kind of OD.
A little bit OD. Just a tap. just a tap. I think we should slow it down. And Frank, I think this guy Frank, he has to be a Frank fan, right? This guy Frank, he kind of gives me the same sentiment. So shout out to Frank. Here you go, Frank. Thanks for calling in.
Frank Woodser from Brooklyn, New York.
What up, Frank?
I think Coach Fizz is a good coach. I don't think he's the right coach for this team. I think they need a strong leadership, heavy hand. Stop asking for opinions and feedback and start telling them what they need to do and where they need to be. Draw up some plays for them.
Draw some plays, Danny.
Barrett's going to be a beast. You can see it in preseason. The kid's making all the right moves. He has a no-fear attitude. I think Knox is going to really suffer. So will Mitch without a coach that has direction. And ISO Zoe, he's going to get his. He's going to do his thing. He's going to be the bright star. He doesn't need any guidance or anything from anybody. So this team can go places. They need a different coach. I hope the season turns out better than the last couple, but we'll see.
All right. Thank you, Frank.
Yeah, thank you, Frank. Yo, shout out to Frank, man. Thanks for calling in. And that's a lot of the fan sentiments, man. Like, they're tired of Fizz already. And I get it because a lot of my top 3 things that I didn't like involved coaching.
Those rotations need to improve.
Yeah. Hopefully Fizz gets it together, though. But I also have another Knick of Time listener. Darren is actually someone I know. He goes on for a long time, so I'm gonna cut it a little bit short. Thanks for calling in, Darren.
Yes, thank you.
And he wants to talk about Fizz too. He wants to talk about how you should not give up on Fizz. Not just yet. Not in
This is Darren from Knicks at Night TV. What's going on, JL? This is your boy Darren.
What up, man?
I just wanted to talk about Coach Fizdale first of all, because I'm seeing and hearing that a lot of people are getting on Coach Fizdale and talking about his offensive sets, and some people actually want him to be fired already. Like, I laugh at that. Like, how can you want the coach to be fired already? I honestly think you have to give the guy a chance. This is the first team he's had with as much talent as he has on the roster. And secondly, you can't just fire the coach because that shows a lack of stability in your organization. The New York Knicks right now is on shaky ground because, as you know, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, they didn't want to come to the Knicks. A lot of big-time free agents wasn't even thinking about the Knicks, and I think it has to do with stability. If you just go in and year out firing your coach, it shows that, where is the pecking order? Who do I have to look forward to coming to it and knowing they're going to be there for years and years and help me develop my game?
That's fact.
If they always firing the coach, So I believe that Coach Fizdale needs to get a chance, and I think it's not even fair what the fans are saying about firing him because they don't see the offense sets that he's running. But honestly, he had an interview after the game the other day, and he said that the ball is not moving like he wants it to move, and it's sticking, and guys are not passing the ball.
Yeah.
And they're afraid to make turnovers. So with that being said, right now I don't think it's his fault. I think he has offensive sets, but he's saying that the players are not running the sets.
All right, I'm gonna stop it there. I think it's a good place to stop it.
Yes, sir.
Thoughts on his comments?
I think he's right. Like, when you hire a coach and you're just going to fire him after just one season, it does show a lack of stability within the organization, especially the Knicks at the moment, because how many coaches we've had within like the last like 5-6 seasons? Like it's like we're changing coaches every year.
Yeah,
almost.
it's a revolving door of coaches, man.
So I agree with him on that standpoint, and also, I do agree with him with the whole. Matter of fact, like, that's what I agree with him the most on. Like, I just feel like even though the coaching situation, the rotations might be a bit off right now, you can't just fire Coach Fizdale just off the strength of that in the preseason. Like, yeah, you have to at least allow the season to start and see how the rotations are during the season and what he does before you come to a conclusion like, yeah, you gotta go.
Nah, I completely agree with you. And you know what? I also want to talk about something that might be a little bit under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Miller. Media Day, they were talking about how Mike Miller, is part of the coaching staff right now. And for those of you who don't know, Mike Miller, he was the coach for the New York Knicks G League squad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, while he was in Westchester, he was named the G League Coach of the Year. And also, they finished with a 32-18 record.
Nice.
They also had one of the best defenses in the squad, right? So, just to read a little excerpt, Miller is a defensive-oriented coach, put some high-level teams in the G League. Westchester ranked number 1 in opponent field goal percentage at 42.5%, number 2 in opponents points per game at 105, and number 2 in defensive rating.
Oh.
Yeah. So he also number 3 in opponents fast break points. Now, if you was watching preseason, we gave up a lot of points in fast breaks. Our fast break defense is probably the worst out of everything.
Yeah, trash.
Besides the 3-point defense, was the fast break defense. And you know what? It's something it's something that Fizdale said during that press conference that made me hope. Because he said he wants Miller to think like a head coach. And Miller offensively and defensively has had an impact on that G League team and organizing those G League teams and implementing a system in those G League teams. And I feel like if given the chance, the same thing can happen here. And evidence of that is, the G League, as you know, had a lot of call-ups. The Knicks in particular had a lot of call-ups. I think we had 9 people called up. And they came into here and they played seamlessly and they played well. Also, what's impressive is as those players were leaving G League and coming to the Knicks, the G League never lost steam. They were still number 1. They were still beating people down. It's because they had systems in place. No matter who was in the game at the time, no matter who was rotated in and out, they had a system to go and beat other teams. And I feel like if Mike Miller is inserted well enough for this Knicks squad, then I'm hoping that some of that can rub off from Fizz and the Knicks can kind of get some continuity on the offensive and defensive end.
Yeah.
So, please, Fizz, please, stay to your word. Have him be implemented as a coach A, and let's see what happens and see if, we can bring something nice to New York, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.